Hey everyone, it's the last day and we made it. Today is day 15 and it is also the Share Your Scraps Day or from our Scrap Bin Day. So I combined these challenges together. So you're getting one video for the 15 days of May, but this will also go up as my from your scrap bin. So I am doing the smooshing technique on a block to kind of make colors down the middle of the page. Now, this was a paper issues actually sketch that I was doing, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like how it turned out. So I'm gonna cover up 90% of it. What I do like is how it kind of looks like the world. What I was really going for was the color of the blue paper, and the speckled egg just didn't cut it. It was not the right color. I think if I had used tumbled glass, it might have been better. It might have popped more. The speckled egg just read dirty, if that makes sense. When it touched the green, it didn't pop. So I ended up not loving how it turned out, but I'm going to use it. In hindsight, I wish I had flipped the paper the other way and then kind of covered up more of the blue and you just had some of the green. But that wasn't how the sketch was that I was following. And I'm not putting the sketch up here because I started with the sketch and then totally went off of it. So I am using, as you can see, basically the scraps that I have left from Bloom Street. I pulled all of the blue and the green and the kind of the purpley scraps that I have left, and I'm using those as the base of my layer. So I did a floral cut file as part of the My Little Scrapbook Store crop challenge, and cut out a bunch of florals from some of this paper, and I was just left with the edges of some of them. So I knew I needed to use them to make strips. So in order to do that, I was kind of challenging myself to find a way to make strips. Excuse me, I need a little drink there. Um, so I also wanted to, have a little bit of a border underneath one of these photos. So I'm taking, now I didn't have, because of the way the punches worked, I didn't have enough of this dark blue paper to go all the way across. But I knew that because the pattern is so kind of busy, I could figure out a way to overlap it under the photos. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm taking two sections of it and I am punching it and then I'm going to overlap it underneath the photos. So if you're going to do, a border or an edge, and you don't quite have a 12 by 12, but you've got two 7 by 7s or, an 8 and a 5, you can overlap it, particularly if it's a busy pattern. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. See, and as you look at it, even on the actual page, it's really hard to tell. So that paper, that turquoise paper, is actually one of my favorite papers in Bloom Street. It's got all of the colors of the collection with a kind of a turquoise background, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. So this is going to be the base of my page. I'm using two 4 by 6 photos of castles in the sun in Ireland, and I just wanted to have them completely go across the page. I thought that would be kind of a good look for, the photos. I didn't want to crop anything off because both of the photos are, important. Now, I lined up that first page on the edge of the paper, and still the photos don't line up to be square. I kind of got over it, but, and I took that out because you saw at the very end, my ATG gun went out again. Now, I have been having some trouble with my trusty ATG gun lately. Anybody that's watching that has an ATG gun and has had this problem just recently with like the last two rolls of tape, it has been sticking and I can feel it kind of grabbing. And these last two rolls of tape have been kind of challenging. And I don't know if it's the tape is getting old or if it's something going on with my gun, if I got glue stuck somewhere. So I need to figure out what's going on because, until now, I've never really had a problem. But I can feel it kind of catching. Anyway, that was an aside. So I'm just gluing all the pages down. I'm putting the layers together, and I am just kind of eyeballing it to make them straight. And it's about a half an inch of each of the paper colors. Now, I am inking the edges up to try to just give them a little bit of contrast, and that's been something I've been doing a lot. And you're going to notice that I'm going to look at this and I just want some more blue down there. So I'm not going to go through the process of doing the water, but I did just rub a little bit of blue, and it did make quite a bit of difference. Um, and it was at that point that I realized I never cut the little strip off the bottom of the white. And that Vicky Bouton paper is very, very thick, and so you really have to cut the strip off, and it takes me sometimes two or three times with my cutter to get the paper to cut. So I'm going to use the pre-made title Sunshine on from the Bloom Street collection. I've been trying to just use up these pre-made words, and I think I'm into like fresh start and a couple of the words that I don't know that I'll ever use. So they may just go into the bin of things people might want of mine. And then these are, and I think they came with another Pink Fresh collection, but these little letters have been amazing. I have run out of E's, so I am down to cutting J's up to make E's. So I use an F and then I cut a part of a J and then I piece it together, and you can't even tell that it's not the original E. That's what I've been doing basically. I know some people take threes and turn them around, and I'll do that with some of my pages. But on this particular collection, it's such a linear page or linear letters that having the threes really wouldn't have looked good. And you just need to decide that for yourself as you're looking at your collections. I must have taken that green ink and laid it down on top of the white words, because some of the white words in that sticker sheet are now have a little bit of green splatter. So I found that word shine, and I really liked it because it's got the green, and I'm trying to just pick up a little bit of the green. Um, and those hearts I have been trying to use forever. And so I took off the word shine that I'd put on up top there because I liked the green shine better. So the last thing I'm going to do is add some Nuvo drops. So add the blue Nuvo drops, and these are some of my absolute favorite Nuvo drops. And then to add, they have a border on the top of their photo in the challenge. But what I wanted to do is actually add these little Nuvo drops across the top. And it just added a lot of texture, and it turned out really nice. So thanks for sticking with me for 15 days. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and comment. And I probably won't have a video up until June. So thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.